the reason why I brought this up is actually theater versus streaming is because Netflix is supposedly buying Warner Brothers. And I saw something today on Deadline where the CEO of um, Netflix was talking about how he doesn't want to do. So currently, usually when a film goes to theater, it's in there for a certain amount of months before
Right.
it's released on DVD, back in the day, VHS and all that good stuff. And that time has shortened a little bit because of COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Exponentially, man.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit because of COVID. Right now, they're in a lock of like 45 days. That's like before it goes to, um, digital, streaming and whatnot. It's 45 days. But
Okay.
the Netflix boss, Ted, I'm not gonna say his last name because I don't want to ruin it. Um, he's saying that he likes the idea of a 17-day, um, window in theater. Like that's what he's saying. It's like 17 days, and then go straight to streaming. And so I see people, like a lot of people were upset about this idea, rightly so, because I think the theater is a good place. Like we shouldn't get rid of that because of streaming. But there are some people who are like, yeah, because I don't really go to the theater anymore. I like being able to watch it at home. Here's the thing: I don't think it's going to be beneficial. And maybe Netflix knows something I don't know, but I don't think it's going to be beneficial for Netflix to do this, not just for Netflix, but also for the consumer, because they're not going to be able to recoup the amount of money that goes into these films.
Right.
Honestly, and there's evidence of this because HBO, Disney Plus, uh, Hulu, freaking Paramount Plus, all these different, you know, streamers, they're all, for the most part, at least the last time we checked, are in the red.
Yep.
Netflix was the only one in the black, which is why they can make a purchase like this. And they only recently got into the black for real since COVID. And so, because the way that streamers work is they pay a lot of money up front and they hope to recoup that money through streaming over time. It's not something that comes back really, really quick. With theater, when you're pumping millions of dollars into a film, you kind of need, I mean, the idea of like a film having to get back double its money just to break even is a big deal, right? So you look at the budgets for some of these films, they're in the hundreds of millions, or not hundreds of millions, but they're like in the, actually some of them are in the hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
And you only have a 17-day window to get a lot of that money back before going to streaming. Mind you, I know that Netflix cut down on stream sharing, password sharing, and all that good stuff. But do you know how many people would have to freaking uh subscribe and stay subscribed for that to be like profitable? You know what I'm saying? That's a wild number. And on top of that, it's like, if that doesn't happen, what's going to happen is they're going to be like, we have less movies, so less DCU movies, less whatever movies. We have no animation because we saw Discovery just destroy a lot of like projects over there. And
Hmm.
then even if we do have movies, the budget might be lower. We won't
Right.
get certain actors. We won't get certain blah 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 because they have to recoup this money. I don't think this is a good thing for consumers either. Like I don't think you're going to get the quality that you want. The some of Netflix films have gone to theater and done pretty decent, but for the most part, those budgets were a lot smaller. They're not
Right.
they're not superhero budgets. You feel me? I think the most expensive thing they spent money on was Stranger Things, and they had that go to theaters for the season finale or whatever. But that's over years of fandom. And they've also released DVDs, which is something else Netflix doesn't do unless they have a third party publisher type situation. So again, a lot of information at you, but for the most part, I'm saying a lot of money they're not gonna be able to recoup. Like talking about, what's gonna happen is they're gonna put some stuff out and it's not gonna do well, and so they're gonna be like, you know what, screw theater altogether, and that's all the WB, not going to theater. Um, or you're gonna get less and less. We all know what happened with was it Batwoman or Batgirl? How that got
That movie
shelved
got completely shut down.
for tax reasons.
And that was
Um,
fully shot, apparently. Like they
and
shot the
done.
film.
It was for the most part done, and they
People
shelved it.
wasted their own lives, man. Wasted. I mean, they got paid for it, I guess, but still, it's like, damn.
You know what I'm saying? It got shelved. So I see this happening again with Netflix. And we're not even talking about the gaming side of things, just with film. I'm not a fan. Like I like having streaming being an option, but I like it in terms of where it doesn't necessarily negate what's happening in theaters. That's where I like it's a happy medium. I don't want one to take over the other for the most part.
Yeah, COVID has really tricked our world up, man.
Yeah.
Because what what it should be is that there should be and I think this is what they're trying to do, but this is what the world has become as a whole. Um, so the theater will now be our premium movie experience. So yeah, do you want to see the movie the way it's intentionally supposed to be seen?
Yeah.
Go into a theater, man. The screen will be bigger, the sound will be magnificent, and most people do not invest in Dolby Digital sound and all of that stuff to get the experience that these filmmakers are making. That's why when Sinners came out, man, the director was like, "Look, man, I need y'all to go to these theaters. Like, it is
Right.
important. I shot this on regular film. If you really want to see it the way I intended it to be seen, you want to see it in the theater, right? And so many of us do not have theaters, so in our home, so we're not gonna be able to get that experience. So even with the Netflix 4K experience, I'm still at the mercy of their servers, man. Like, it's
Right.
not um in order for me to still get like the absolute premium experience, I gotta buy a Blu-ray disc. And so it's um I see the intent. It's just not doing what they wanted to be. Because if you tell me that I only have to wait 17 days, a lot of people who are just gonna be like, you know what, I'll wait. Like, dog, that's a little over 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. Like, a little over 2 weeks into the movie, like, I remember talking to my wife yesterday and going, "Yo, you know Wicked's available for purchase?" And she's like, "Yeah, that makes sense." I'm like, "What you mean that makes sense? It was
Right.
just in the theater." Like y'all were just stoked about this movie coming out. I remember y'all just leaving a couple weekends ago to go see this movie on this release. It's already available. You imagine if VHS tapes came out that quick, bro? Like, we would never, like,
Bananas.
movie sales wouldn't. That's why they're complaining about like ticket sales and stuff. But there's no real, when you are pushing your movies to come out that quick on a streaming service, you're not incentivizing people to go to the theater, especially in a time where so many of us are having to choose on certain things financially already. We're
Right.
gonna pick the cheaper option. And
Right.
so, if now, mind you, y'all gonna hit us with these increases in prices and yada
Yup.
yada, but if I'm already paying that, I can't afford to go to the theater. So that movie that you're hoping to do well on isn't gonna do it, because I'm just gonna wait for it to come to the streaming service, and we'll get our stream from that. Like, but and I'm not gonna go back and watch it again. I'm gonna watch it that one time and then just go ahead and move on from it. Like, there, I, I just think that doing this now in a time where, like I said, people are already having to choose, it's just not good for the
Yeah.
movie going experience, man. I got all the speakers and OLEDs and all of that stuff, and I still want to go to the theater to see my movies, man. Like, seeing Fantastic Four um in the theater we saw it in when we were on vacation. I remember being in that theater and going, "Yo, like, this ruined my theater going experience because this was so amazing that, like, I can't go home and watch it." I've tried to watch Fantastic Four at home, but it ain't showing up on the walls in my house. Like, I
Right.
saw that in the theater. Like, it was completely surrounding me, and like the sound and all of that. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm not getting that duplicate experience. It's not the same. Like,
Right.
seeing Galactus walk literally past me, like, as opposed to just seeing it on the screen, it's just not the same, man. Like, so, I don't know. I think I get why it would be beneficial for someone who maybe can't afford it. If you got a bunch of kids and stuff, and it's hard for you to go to the movie theater, this is fantastic, man. Um, but if you are still one of those people, but enjoyed going to the theater, it's already hard as hell for you to go anyway because it's so expensive to do. You have no real reason to go now. So
I mean, and
um,
that also, to piggyback off what you're saying about them in terms of being able to afford it, right?
mm-hmm,
They're also the idea of the price going up because they're spending, like, I think a couple billion to buy this.
mm-hmm.
And so I'm pretty sure there's going to be another price. I mean, they don't buy anything and the price goes up, right? So I'm pretty sure eventually you're going to price people out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're going to price people who, like, I can't afford to go to the movies and I can't afford to subscribe because you keep raising the price on me. You feel me?
It's what the cable companies is hoping for.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, it's terrible,
Hey,
you
they
know.
charge you a lot for cable, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Welcome back.
yeah, it's rough, you know. And like I said, the price of everything, the economy is crazy. So I want people to be able to see, films how they want to see them, whatever that is, and be able to afford, because the theater used to be affordable. I want it to be affordable, and I
Yeah,
want
I
the
loved it.
creatives to actually get paid what they should get paid, because a lot of bonuses, that was one of the things with uh I forgot the woman's name who played Black Widow. What's her name?
Scarlett
Scarlet.
Johansson.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Scarlet. Had a beef with Disney because the film went to streaming, but there was supposed to be bonuses tied to the film getting a certain amount of money in theater. You feel me? And so, like, I
That
feel like this is
immediately took
another
that
way.
from her, for them to undercut the actors, man.
Exactly.
Dang.
And like, I feel like this is another way to undercut people. This is another way. It's already funny. That's why we had the whole strike, with them, the idea of the payment being different from how it was traditionally, because it's not a traditional means of access. The media is
Right.
different. You don't have commercial. Well, you do now, but you didn't have commercials. There was no royalties because you weren't sending it. Typically, a show hits 100 episodes, they'll syndicate it to other networks, and then that network will pay royalties to them. The actors will get some of that, but if it's on streaming and it's locked in a box, you can't
Can't
there's
get
no
that.
royalties. You get paid one time. You feel me? And so, and then the whole idea of AI, like, it's just bananas right now. And I think it ultimately is all going to hurt what we all want to see, and that's great films.